Welcome on into Three Bold Takes. It's Freddie, it's Chase, and it's Quinn, guys. I'm still a little out of breath from that big discussion we just had on our overreaction, so make sure to pop over, go watch those, of course. But today we got a Week 5 slate of college football games that we've got to pick, and we've got a great one for you. All right, guys. Now we're going to the SEC. We got 13th ranked LSU after a close win over Arkansas, 34-31 this past weekend, going to Oxford, Mississippi, playing number 20 Ole Miss, who just dropped a game to Alabama at 5 p.m. Kind of a weird time, but at 5 p.m., playing in Oxford, 13 against 20 in the SEC. Quinn.
You know, I think Ole Miss is gonna bounce back. I think they're gonna give LSU a game, especially since it's at home. You got to think this is a big rivalry for these two teams. Uh, Magnolia Bowl is a big deal for both of them, especially for Ole Miss. They love this. However, I don't think you come back from all the pressure that is on them after I don't know how much you read into like Ole Miss Twitter after the Ole Miss Alabama game, but it wasn't good. It was not. It was not a very happy fan base at playing for just consistently the same thing over and over again of like poking the Alabama bear. They look good going into the Alabama game. There's hype they might win, and then they lose, and they don't even like lose close. They just um I don't see them beating LSU. I think, like I said, I think they keep it close. I think LSU only pulls it out maybe 7 points at the best. I think it's very similar to the Arkansas game for them. But I still like LSU to win the game.
Yeah, so Quinn, the spread on this game is LSU's favored by 2.5 points. Sounds like to me you have them winning pretty comfortably compared to the spread here.
I guess I
Uh,
do.
yeah, very bizarre spread here. I'm gonna go LSU and the points. I think they cover the 2.5. Um, I've seen more from LSU this year than I have Ole Miss, to be quite frankly honest with you. I mean, barring the second half of the Florida State game where LSU looked like, I mean, they just didn't even know what a football was. At least, they were able to bounce back the next week against Mississippi State. And yeah, they did not play the best against Arkansas last week. I still think that they bounce back even more than this makes sense. I think LSU bounces back better after a close win than Ole Miss does after a 14-point loss. So give me LSU to win and cover the points.
Yeah, I think this is a very intriguing game, in my opinion. I think LSU's been kind of up and down for me a little bit this year. Looking at Jaden Daniels, it's just been kind of a wonky feel to the season. Maybe that they had such high expectations to be a top 4 team college football playoff contender this year that compared to last year, and that they're just feeling that pressure. And then Ole Miss, they haven't shown much, but they have shown resiliency, I think. They stuck close with Alabama. They didn't really have the opportunity to get on top of Alabama at any point in the game, it seemed like. But Ole Miss, in the Tulane game, had really bad first half, came back the second half and really showed out with their offense. And they haven't played anybody too crazy besides Alabama. And then Tulane is a good team as well, but again, they're group of 5. It's kind of tough to determine how good the group of 5, who's the best group of 5 each year. But it's at Ole Miss. It's at Oxford. I'm taking Ole Miss in this game. I'm taking the Rebels. We're going to go different for the first time. I think Ole Miss is going to bounce back from this Alabama game with a really, when you think about it, Lane Kiffin and his offense, you only scored 10 points on Alabama. Definitely when you look at the Alabama Ole Miss games over the years, scoring 30, 40, 50 points, and you only scored 10 this season. So it's I bet you it stings a little bit. They got to get that offense going. I think they get it against LSU, and this is when LSU's down games. And then they didn't play well against Arkansas last week either. So I'm taking that into effect here. So I got Ole Miss in this game. Thank you guys so much for watching our games of the week, guys. We're actually just going through and just picking 4 to 5 games instead of each of us just picking one, because there are so many good games going on in college football right now. So thank you so much for watching each of the games of the week. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you love them, if you hate them. Also, make sure to watch our overreactions. We had one of our guest picker, well, not pickers, but our guest overreactors with us this week. His name is Riley. Glad to have him on. But for 3 bold takes, guys, for Freddie, for Chase, and for Quinn, we are so thankful for you all. Peace.